Hello, this is Richard Jacobs, Executive Director of the Finding Genius Foundation, and also the host of the Finding Genius podcast. This is my ongoing series for our email list and all of our followers that are following along with the Anxiety and Depression Codex. This is a massive literature review that we're doing of approximately 5,000 pieces of information. This will be videos about depression, books, lectures, scientifically peer-reviewed papers, etc. So our mission and our goal is that if you go to a practitioner and you're suffering from anxiety or depression, or if you take someone there that is suffering, that practitioner, no matter how skilled they are, is probably likely to know, let's say, 2 or 3% of all the possible treatments out there. With our massive literature review with 5,000 plus resources and all this aggregation and curation into a big guide for people suffering or people that know people that are suffering, what if we can reach 20% of all the possible treatments out there? I think that's a very reasonable percentage. I'm not saying 100, but I'm saying 20. And if you compare 20 to 2%, I think it's a home run on top of a home run. That's the whole goal of this project. So along the way, I'm going to be telling you insights that I'm learning about anxiety and depression, because I'm in active interviewing mode, and we're soon to hire a researcher to begin the study of all this material and the assembly of it. I'm funding this myself so far, but I do need your help to finalize it. The total budget I've seen is going to be about $500,000. I can't fund that all myself. I'm funding a good amount, to the tune of several thousand a month, but it's not enough. I can at best right now get a skeleton crew of 1 or 2 researchers. So I definitely need your help. Go to findinggeniusfoundation.org and consider donating anything you can, and that'll be a huge, huge help to the project. Okay, so insights for today. This is kind of a skill that I've developed over time because, as you probably know, my wife and my son unfortunately suffer from depression. My wife has suffered all her life. She had an abusive childhood, which has translated into a difficult adulthood. We've been together for 22 plus years. I love her, but at times it's not easy. Depression is a very difficult thing. I live with it, not having it myself, except for an occasion or two many years ago, but I live with someone who chronically has it, so I do have some insights into the process, although, funny enough, I only know a very small percentage because I haven't really studied it in full yet. One thing I've noticed is that the way I talk to my wife can either be helpful or not helpful, and I've learned this over the years. So when I see her, and I know her really well, I can tell pretty much instantly if she's not feeling right. If she's looking sad or if she's looking angry or not feeling good, I say to her, "How are you feeling?" Or "What are you feeling right now?" And she'll tell me she's feeling overwhelmed or tired or angry or depressed or whatever it is. And I'll say to her, "How intense is it?" Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is like incredibly intense. And she'll tell me the number. Regardless of what she says, I'll say, "I'm sorry to hear that." And I mean it. And I'll tell her, once she tells me her feelings, I'll say, "Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. I'm sorry about what you're going through right now or what you're feeling, but I really appreciate you telling me." And that seems to work pretty well. It doesn't fix the depression, but it's better than "what's wrong with you, snap out of it" type of stuff. That I've learned directly doesn't help. So one thing I have learned, and I hope that listeners can use this either on themselves or instruct other people. If you are depressed or anxious, instruct other people in your life to try this with you. Or if you know someone, again, that is suffering, try it with them. But acknowledging their feelings, asking about their feelings, and then saying, "I'm sorry to hear that," it starts to go a long way, and it can help. It can help take the edge off a really bad episode. Other questions to ask that may be helpful is, probably nothing comes to mind, but is there something right now we can do that would maybe take the edge off? Or if you know this person or you know yourself, what are some things that you could do to just take the edge off? Let's say you're having a really bad day. You're feeling like a 8, 9, or 10 level of depression or anxiety, meaning you're really deep in this hole. What can you do to get yourself up to, let's say a 5, 6, 7? We're not saying get up to the surface, but just to get a little bit better so that you're functional or it's not so deep and dark and evil. Some of these examples could mean, and this is not a medical diagnosis, these are just things I've observed, but some people will use, let's say, psilocybin. There's clinical trials going on with this to help depression. Obviously, you got to talk to professionals. Don't rely on me just telling you about it. Some people will take ketamine. They'll do ketamine infusions, and they'll have what's called ketamine troches, these little dissolvable ketamine bits that kind of help take the edge off of a depressive episode. Some people will, exercise if they can bring themselves to do it, and that makes them feel better, either going for a walk or working out hard. For some people, it's getting out in the sun, even for 5-6 minutes. That helps. For other people, it could be talking to someone that they care about, if they're in the mood to do that, or a confidant. But there are these little things that people can do that can kind of help take the edge off. And that, combined with compassionate responses to the person or to yourself that are in the throes of an episode, can really go a long way. So I hope this is helpful to everyone listening. It's certainly been helpful to me with my relationships in my life and the people in it. And again, I'm taking you on this journey with me every step of the way. What I learn, you will know as we go. So again, please go to findinggeniusfoundation.org and consider donating because, like I said, I'm funding this project. I can't fund it alone. I really do need your help to get the right professionals involved to go over these thousands of different sources. Again, these lecture articles, these videos, these interviews, these scientifically reviewed papers. Our goal here, just to restate, is to assemble every possible known treatment for depression and anxiety and related disorders. I don't think we're going to get to 100%, but if we can get to 20%, that's approximately 10 times better than what I've observed the best resources have out there. And I think that'll be a home run times 10. So thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.